To get to the ER quick orders, you need to launch a patient level desktop. From here, you'll go to this blue menu bar and you're going to select quick orders. Right now, I have the emergency orders and the pediatric orders quick order view selected. There are other views that you can add. There's a pediatric trauma and a regular trauma quick orders. So if I wanted to add those, I could just click those. And you can drag to organize however you would like, or you could remove if there's a particular one you don't want to see. So Cerner has these default quick orders set up, but unfortunately you cannot use these quick orders that they created because they aren't linked to our Pioneer specific formulary or orders for our different ancillary areas. So step one is getting rid of the Cerner defined quick orders. In order to do that, you have to click on this little hamburger icon. You're going to go to components and you're going to uncheck all the Cerner components. So to add your own folders here in this quick order section, you're going to go to orders. And I'm going to go to organize favorites. And I'm going to create a folder under favorites called pharmacy. Within my pharmacy tab, I can create subfolders. So I'm going to create one for nausea, vomiting. I'm going to create another folder. Oh, I don't want to create the folder within nausea, vomiting, but technically I could create folders within folders. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete this one. So within the pharmacy one, I also want to create pain. And I want to create antibiotics. Okay, so in order to start populating these, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to search for hydromorphone. So I want to add hydromorphone 0.5 now to my pain order set. And I want to add ondansetron. Let's do 4 milligrams IV push now to my nausea and vomiting favorites. And I'm going to add Zosyn 3.375 to my antibiotic favorites. I also have the option of creating prescription favorites. So if I'm going to send electronic prescriptions to a pharmacy, I can create a favorites folder for that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to organize my favorites, and I'm going to create a folder for maybe I can either do all my common prescriptions, or I could do a whole bunch of different folders by drug type, or I could create, an overall ERX one with subfolders. It's up to you how you want to organize it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to create a pain folder for my prescriptions. And I need to be under prescriptions to add items to this pain folder. So if I want to order hydrocodone, I can go ahead and I can, find the one that I want. Like maybe I want to order, let me see if I can find one that, some odd ones showing up here. Let's do Norco 5325, one tab every 6 hours as needed. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to right click and I'm going to add that one to my pain favorites. Okay. So now that I've created all my favorites, I can go back over to this quick orders tab under emergency orders. I'm going to go to this little hamburger icon. I'm going to click add folder to add my new folders to my quick orders area. So I have this pharmacy folders that I want to add. And then within prescriptions, I have a folder that I want to add. So I'm going to toggle down to prescriptions. I'm going to select pain. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to refresh my screen. And as you can see, here's my pharmacy folder. I can see my antibiotics, nausea, vomiting, pain. Under prescriptions, I can see my Norco that I added. As you can see right here, because these are medications coming from the hospital, they're not populated under this prescription. Same with inpatient. They're not going to populate prescriptions under this hospital side tab. So this is hospital. This is ERXs. This is all. if I go back to my favorites organization area, let me go to the inpatient one because I have more there. If I want to organize my favorites, I have the option of sorting favorites by alpha, and this is all or nothing. So I can either sort everything by alpha, or I need to actually physically sort everything in the way that I want it sorted. So it's up to you, your preference. Probably the easy button is sort favorites alpha. So I'm just going to leave that as is. So I would probably go ahead and go into my favorites organization where I just was. I would probably add one for radiology. And then within radiology, maybe I have sub order sets for X-ray, CT, ultrasound. Same thing with lab. I could create a main overarching lab file, and I could further define within the lab file those different subfolders. So these folders that you create in your favorites, they can be copied provider to provider. So for example, if I go to view and I go to this favorites management, this will allow me to search for a provider and copy over their favorites to my favorites. So I'm going to click favorites management. Right now I have Carrie Teague's favorites pulled up. Right now I'm in as Dr. Gomez. So what I would do is I would search for the provider. So if it's Dr. Nelson that has all of these ER quick orders built, or I could go in, I could search for Dr. Nelson, and I could pull the different favorites folders from his desktop onto mine. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say, I want this LP imaging folder. Oops. Oh, here we go. I'm going to click this blue button. And I'm going to add that to my favorites folder. And I could select where exactly I want that added. So I just want to add it under the main overarching inpatient folder, inpatient meaning the hospital. So I'm going to go ahead and select OK. And as you can see, it added that folder to my favorites. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to my quick orders area, and I'm going to add a folder. And now you can see this LP imaging that I just took from Carrie Teague, and I'm going to add that to my desktop. I didn't have anything within the folder, so there's nothing to see, but if I did, you would see all the items that I had broke down for you. So that is pretty much it. You can do the same thing with these different trauma orders, pediatric orders. Again, you got to remove the Cerner defined ones and add your own defined ones. Same thing with pediatrics, same thing with pediatric trauma ones. You can add this component called new order entry. And this, it's up to you. You can launch your orders from within this. You just kind of have to play around with it. It's all just about the view that you want and how you want your desktop to look like. You can also, change the layout. If you select drag and drop, it's going to let you drag these and drop them where you want them to organize them. You can have them all expanded or all collapsed. It's really up to you, the different view that you want to see. But this area right here, when you define how you want things to look and the order you want them to be in, that's going to remember and save it for when you log in and log out. You're not going to have to continue to reorganize. So one of the first things you probably want to do when you log in is, get your quick order set up, get it organized so that it's how you want it to look when you actually have to start using it.